It could be that we are left to our fantasies the whole year out in this Alma de Shikra, this world of falsehood. It's my career, my success, my children, my Torah. Our myopic view of reality reigns. But for each of us, the world of truth is upon us at least once a year. Do we dare ignore it? Traveling on this universe, for a blink of the eye, we do live through the lens of the small-minded, the egocentric, a distorted perception of reality. There is a day borrowed from a different dimension, lands in our transient world, and is a stranger among us. Now the truth can shake us to our core, rattle our sense of stability and sureness, and make us feel like we're soaring through space without being able to hold on. But what would you do if the MS hit you right in the gut? Would you move on, pretending nothing happened? Would you be so afraid as if to run from a nightmare? Or would you humbly welcome it? Yaakov Weinberger, Zechron Levracha, Rosh Yeshiva of Yisrael, was a man known for his brilliance, his independent Torah leadership, and his truth. He was once speaking to an audience of people who were not yet in the path of Torah. When in the middle of his speaking, a man stood up and pointed at him and said, "Rabbi, I demand that you stop speaking. If you don't stop speaking, I'm going to have to change the way I live. If you don't stop speaking, I'm going to walk out." But Weinberg didn't stop speaking. The man walked out, and Weinberg later remarked, "I never met a more truthful man." You think you should tremble for Yom Kippur? Purim is upon us. Are you ready for the truth? And it was really dandy that we were saved on Purim. It makes for an even better story that Haman, who tried to kill us, was killed. And the script could not be written better. The very gallows he prepared for Mordechai, he was hung upon. We weren't killed, we were saved, we killed our enemies. But that's exactly the truth. Because the truth is just the opposite. The Gemara in Pesachim tells a story of Rabbi Yosef, who died for a moment. He was there up in heaven, and he returned alive once again. His father asked him, "My chazis, what did you see there, my son?" He said, "Father, olam hapach ra'isi. I saw an upside down world. Elyonan lamata v'tachtonan lamala. People important here were not above. People not important here were above." He said, "No, my son. Olam baru ra'isa. You saw a clear world." Because the truth is just the opposite. The world of truth is the invert of the world of falsehood. The Gemara says a tough thing, but true. Das balabayas hapach das Torah. The thinking of the average man is the opposite of the Torah. Yes, we can be imbued with derech eretz, goodness. But the Torah The way Hashem thinks, Ki lo machshavosai machshavosechem. My thoughts are not yours. And in Chabad, an interesting tradition developed because of this. For a certain era, Hasidim were distanced from their Rebbe, unable to ask him advice, to get his opinion, to help him solve the dilemmas of life. They were left to their own vices. So they developed an interesting tradition that in the quandary, in the question of life, they would turn and they would ask the average man. And whatever he said, they would do the opposite. Because the truth is just the opposite. The world of Purim is the world of truth. Shockingly makes an appearance just once a year. And it's like nothing we know. The Sefer the Yisad Yosef says, Yesh olam chadash lamala. There is a new world above. Olam kadosh v'nora ma'od. A most holy and awesome world. Ve'ina mezgala b'chutz machmas shehu nora ma'od. Because of its exceedingly great awesomeness, it cannot be exposed. Ki im pamachas b'shana, except once a year. Umaschil eskalos b'shas kriyas Megillah, and it begins to become revealed when the Megillah is read. Our truth. What is our truth? What if we saw who we really were? What if we understood who we're really supposed to become? What if we had a glimpse of the greatness we're supposed to achieve in Torah, in all the various midos? What if we understood the mission we are supposed to accept and fulfill? If we had a vision of ourselves, would we turn over in bed, look away? If we had a glimpse of the vision of who we're supposed to be, sitting at a dinner table, would we shake our heads and say, pass the gravy? Of course, it's very comfortable to live with shaker, something false. To reconsider would leave us weightless, with no footing, our reality broken. Where do we stand? So either we close our eyes to the truth and keep on going, or dare to reconsider. And for each of us, there is a part that the light of truth is not being shown into yet. Change in a day? Of course not. Change is gradual. But the moment of impact is great. That moment of impact provides the internal change and the energy to propel us forward. It will never be the same. This is the mitzvah of getting drunk. See, for a few hours in a year, truth, true reality, our true selves. The yayin and the wine will transport us there. Because on Purim, when the world of truth is revealed, we're to take that seichel, that perception that we glean from our understanding, throw it away. And instead adopt the seichel of Purim and be able to see the truth. Of course, the truth of Purim is so shocking. It has to be masked in silliness, games, grammar, and spiels. We can't be children. We have to tear off the mask of Purim and see the emes. David HaMelech is called the Badchen de Malka, the king's jester. Have we ever met such a jester of intensity? No. The world doesn't have the clothing to reveal the truth of Purim. Of course, when that emes is revealed, it'll scare us initially. It'll make the earth beneath us quake. But like that guy who should have stayed in the class longer, we stay with the truth. It moves us from discomfort to a blissful peace. Because there is nothing more embracing, nothing more sweet, nothing more right that we know than the readiness to encounter and to accept our truth. Ashreichem.